until they weren't. They steal game one in Toronto. Let's talk about it. Let's talk ball. Matt Brash.
Any Toronto hitter swinging very early.
Ooh, a little too juiced up. Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball, presented by SeatGeek. Use code JMPlayoffs for 10% off your playoff tickets. And our special playoff editions of Talkin Baseball are presented by T-Mobile. Whether you stream the game, out and about, checking stats on the road, or their magenta status, you're ready to stay connected wherever your fandom takes you with T-Mobile. Head on over to T-Mobile.com/network. I am Jake Storielli. That is Trevor Plouffe. Rob Scirocco's here. Dalton from the clouds. And speaking from the clouds, the Seattle Mariners, who I think 16 in a row went down at one point. Kevin Gausman cruising. The Toronto crowd, raucous. The Seattle Mariners tie it up, take the lead, and then take game one. 3-1 final to get home field back from the Blue Jays. Trevor, how are you?
I'm doing great, Jake. Thanks for asking, my man. You're a Seattle fan today?
So, for the streams, we like to root in one direction. We don't like having people fighting on the stream, so it's kind of like pick a team. And I don't know, Toronto, AL East coming off of beating the Yanks. Both teams have good stories. I've said the way Toronto plays baseball is amazing. Seattle has never gone dancing. So, it was a little tricky. And this shirt from our merch store is sick. So I did go Seattle.
Both great merch options. I like the colors, the jerseys, everything's great. I'm happy that you're rooting for Seattle. You know, I'm Toronto Trev. Yeah. I don't really have a rooting interest. I do like good ball. And today, I don't know if we really saw good ball. That's the interesting thing. Maybe we did. Maybe we saw good pitching. And we saw some clutch ABs, obviously, my guy Jorge and Cal doing his thing. But that was an interesting game. I was just trying to look up, and we're going to get into the game. I know you're going to burn these things. So when you burn, I'm going to continue my research. How many at-bats went over 4 pitches for the Blue Jays? It's right now, after the Santander single, that's when I was going to start it, where Victor Robles had the like his chart in his mouth.
Yeah, how about that?
Which I called Jimmy right away. I FaceTime. I said, Jimmy, you won't believe what just happened. Are you watching the game? Keep paper out of baseball, Jimmy. Yeah. He couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
So I'm on 2 right now. I'm already into like the 7th inning. So these guys were swinging early. They were swinging often. They were getting out all the time. But are you burning?
I'll let your analytics. Yeah, I'm going to freestyle a little bit. We just got done streaming, but I got some buzzwords. And that play was wild, and that was Toronto's last hit. When it
he couldn't see the ball because he's looking down at a piece of paper in his mouth. Okay, that is what's happening right now. Put a piece of paper in your mouth and look down. You won't see below you.
Yeah, I think.
What are we doing?
Get paper out of baseball, huh? That's a tough
look. Look at this. I have a piece of. I can't see.
Almost every profession, if you have a piece of paper in your mouth, it makes it harder to perform. Sorry to go stats on you early.
You did. You crushed it right there.
I'll let you research that. And, dude, both sides. I mean, Bryce Miller, 76 pitches through 6 innings. Gausman, 76 through 5.2. There's a weird – hitters are trying to not strike out, so they're trying to attack early, but they're not working count. I don't know. Let's I'll do a mini burn of it, and then we'll get into some of the action. OVOXO as we head to the great north as the Toronto Blue Jays, don't say that second T, they host the Seattle Mariners as one of these teams will be going to their first World Series in 30 years. The Vanilla Gorilla Bryce Miller, how will he hold up against this Jays lineup with Kevin Gausman on the bump for the Jays? And it's fall, but it's feeling like spring. A springer dinger. First pitch home run. They're going crazy in Canada. 1-0. But it looked like there was a little blood in the water. But Bryce Miller recovers from that. to keep it that way until the 6th inning, and Cal gets a rally going. Gossman goes back to the splitter, and now he's got a split. It's a 1-1 game. Trevor bought this man his first MLB suit. Jorge Polanco. Can't spell clutch without Jorge. 2-1 in the 6th, and then the insurance run in the 8th. Polanco again. It's 3-1, and the Mariners, after Bryce looked shaky early, they shut it down. 6 innings, 1 earned run from Miller. Spire, Brash, and Munoz, no hits, no walks. The Mariners take game 1, 3-1 final.
Standings of this series, Seattle Mariners 1-0, and the Blue Jays 0-1. Nice burn, Jakey.
Thanks, Trev. Thanks, man. Where do we go? I feel like we go to the top with this one.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that 2 really good starts there. Bryce Miller really answering the bell. Clearly, everyone knows 15-inning game. Even though the bullpen didn't get too beat up in that game because a couple starters took some innings there. Who was it? Gilbert and Castillo came in and ate some innings. But still, a long game, a long flight, a little bit of partying. You come into Toronto. I don't know, you expect the Mariners to be tired a little bit, but maybe I was thinking this during the game. If it's all happened so fast for the Mariners, there's no time to be nervous. You're just going in and playing another baseball game. The Blue Jays have had some time to stew on this. Hey, we're 1 series away from the World Series. The last game they played was when? Was it Wednesday?
Yeah.
That to me builds up, and you're like, okay, I'm excited. And that just continues to build. The Mariners have had no chance to even think about where they are at. They're going to sleep really good tonight. I know they got another game tomorrow, but I think that kind of played into this game a little bit, where they just came in and did the damn thing. Bryce Miller, he looked awesome, and especially to come back after that first inning. I was keeping track of all these things here on my sheet, and that is not exactly what I wanted to say. Wrong guy. Anyways, you get down 1-0 after the George Springer homer. You get Lucas has a 12-pitch AB against you, which is another big part of this game where he fouls the ball off his knee, has to come out. Straw replaces him. He's a big left-handed bat for them against this heavily right-handed Mariners team. So we'll see what happens with him if he's going to be available to play tomorrow. But to be able to settle in after that and then just dominate, I think. Cal came out, had a mound visit with him, but most of this is on Bryce to go out there and just find a way to settle in, and he did that.
Yeah, I mean, we were doing debates of how long is he for this game, because we're on that weird postseason pitching schedule when it's kind of like, hey, who's best available right now for Seattle with the way their postseason is lined up. And yeah, man, I mean, hey, Vladdy put a charge into that ball in the first inning, and it just felt. Toronto's going crazy. The last time we saw them, they were bullying the Yankees, especially in the Rogers Center. A lot of good swings on it. And yeah, I think if you've watched enough baseball games, there's that weird feeling in baseball where it's like, wait, it's 1-0? Our crowd is kind of, the cheers went from raucous in the first to, they're kind of getting a little less loud. And okay, here comes a guy to the plate who has 61 home runs on the season. And I know Schneider's talking about it right now, that they were even thinking of walking him in that spot. But that Gossman 5.2, he gets 2 strikes on him. Raleigh fouls off a splitter. And yeah, when you're doing the pitching game at home, it's like, well, you either throw another splitter and put it in the dirt and see if he chases it again, or do you go with the high fastball? He goes back to the splitter. It's one of those splitters that hangs up just a little bit. And Cal Raleigh has some of the best numbers on splitters this year that, as we're doing in these postseason games, zooming in on moments, it's a pitch that I'm sure Gossman regrets and that Toronto's questioning.
Yeah, I mean, if you can, go back to that slow-mo bit there, Robbie. That is a beautiful, pure swing by Cal. To go down and get this, you see how it goes down into his legs, the barrel stays through, the wrists don't turn over till his swing is done, essentially. That is a thing of beauty, and that's why he's able to hit splitters, because he can use his legs, go down and get them, and his bat path kind of runs right there. It was awesome for him because he caught all 15 innings. Like,
Yeah.
how cool is that? And then flying in, like, this guy, like, he is durable as can be, and then showing up in that moment. And you're right, like, after the first, because there was the homer by Springer, ambush, boom, and then you get 2 walks in the inning, and Vladdy hits that ball hard, and you feel like there should be more damage done, but because they're able to hold him to 1, I mean, that changes everything. All it takes is 1 swing by Cal, and you get a brand new ball game. And then they find themselves working in the top of the 6th. Before that Cal homer, I was tracking this because I have my notes here. It's 22 batters in a row, both sides combined. 22 batters in a row sat down. Yeah. Not a freaking base runner, man. It was going quick. And Cal, does that. And then it kind of starts to unravel. That's how it happens, man. You get somebody on the board. Julio walks. Luke Little comes in. Wild pitch, gets Julio to second. And then our guy Jorge, man. Just good at bat after good at bat. Both sides of the plate. That's why he's, that's why he's a great guy to have on your team. Platoons don't matter with him. He's going to be able to have his matchup when he needs it. And he's, not trying to hit homers. He's just putting good swings on balls. And I mean, timely hitting is obviously so paramount in the playoffs. And he's been the face of timely hitting.
Yeah, I think Dolan had a stat on here he's the most clutch batter in baseball this year via Fangraphs amongst 145 qualified batters. So, hey, we're interpreting new stats every year, but not a bad thing to have, and it's paying off this postseason so far as he has the monster games against Skubal. I mean, clutch in the extra inning game and clutch now. Schneider turned him around for that at bat, which, again, the skill of being a switch hitter, that there's not a lot of, there's less switch hitters now, I think, because hitting has become more difficult. I had a nice late night 420 conversation with Cole Tucker about switch hitting in baseball now, that it's just like, dude, I think it's the degree of difficulty has been elevated from both sides, that just less guys even go for it. So I don't know. That's a little bit of a late night theory, but I'll let everyone digest that. And then, yeah, man, like you said, the retired batters in a row is crazy, but also just the pitch counts, man. From the 3rd inning through the 5th inning, Gausman or Bryce Miller, neither of them threw more than 11 pitches to get through an inning. I mean, what is that?
Everyone was swinging. They were throwing strikes, though. I mean, when guys are filling the zone up, it forces you to swing. You don't want to go down. You don't want to get to 0-2. But also, if guys are in the zone, hey, I'm going to go get it. 20 Toronto ABs with 4 pitches or less after Santander's single in the 2nd. I had Dalton kind of do that for me. That's quick outs, quick ABs. So not only are you obviously in the zone, you're keeping your defense on their toes as well. I don't know, if you're wanting to have a quality offensive game, you got to work some counts. You got to make the pitchers work. You got, foul some pitches off, whatever it may be. And that just wasn't the case. A lot of balls put into play, not a lot of battling ABs after that 12-pitch Lucas at bat. So something that Toronto's going to have to figure out. I mean, clearly, the offense just didn't show up today, and, it could happen for a plethora of reasons. And I feel like tonight was a little bit maybe too aggressive. And then Seattle, I think, was very aggressive on the base pass. You saw Randy steal 2nd, steal 3rd. You saw Julio get a bag. I think that's going to be something that they look to do in this series as well. But I don't know. They came to play today. It didn't seem like they were phased whatsoever by the start of the ALCS.
Do you think the hitters were feeling it a little bit? Just big game, these two teams. A lot of the conversation is that these two teams haven't been in this spotlight a lot. That, I don't know, game 1, as just going through I didn't feel that in live time. It didn't feel like the at-bats were bad. But when you go back and you look at all this, it's kind of I don't know. It could be anything. It could be these are two very talented pitchers. If we talk about Gausman and Bryce Miller before the season, we'd say, yeah, these are 2 guys that can shove on any given day. But I don't know. Just looking back at the box score, I'm second-guessing myself.
I don't think that the game got too big. I feel like the Blue Jays, that Yankee series was a huge series for them, and they we're fine there. So I don't think that's the issue here. I think you have to tip your cap to the guys that came in. Bryce Miller was great. Spire comes in 1, 2, 3 inning. Randy helps him out in the outfield. Nice play there at the end of the inning. Brash has a 1, 2, 3 inning. Munoz, how many pitches did he throw in the ninth?
Yeah,
like 7.
Munoz threw 8, 7 strikes.
So they're filling the zone up, making you make decisions, and yeah, I mean, I think that's it. Look, if you're Toronto, it sucks. You pitched well too. You gave 3 runs, man. The stolen bases, you got to take a look at that because Randy was, stole third base standing up, which was not great for you. But I think you tip your cap to the pitching and say, hey, we'll come back out tomorrow. We know how good of an offensive team we can be. So we'll get back with them tomorrow.
Yeah, Randy showing up in the postseason. His last series and the stats coming in were pretty ugly, and he doesn't have the hit today, but those 2 steals were pretty electric and changed the tone a little bit. And then, yeah, Trev, I've looked at a lot of box scores throughout the season and look at the pitching box scores. I have never seen 3 relievers come in for the final 3 innings, 8 pitches, 8 pitches, 8 pitches. I've never seen that. That's insane. And I guess credit to the Mariners, and it's a little bit the other side of this Blue Jays approach of putting it in play that sometimes you're going to have innings like that. It just happened to be every inning except the first.
When did Seattle fly in? Did they fly in after the game on Friday night? There's no way.
I believe so, and if I remember correctly, I think they got delayed. I think people were telling us there was some sort of Seattle flight story coming in that wasn't ideal travel. I can get my
I want to know because J.P. Crawford put out a video of him singing with this band who, I don't know who they are, but they're one of those bands you have a good time to, if you know what I mean. You and Me on the Moon. I didn't know if he was celebrating after that game. Then they left Saturday morning. I'm just curious about that. Somebody asked me that today. They said, "What do you think Seattle did with their travel?" I said, "In my mind, they left Saturday at 10 a.m. and then just flew to Toronto." But maybe
Mariners delayed getting to Toronto after marathon ALDS game. The Mariners 2 charter planes, one for the players, big league staff and front office, another for the families and remaining staff.
How are they delayed?
Delayed a couple hours getting out of Seattle on Saturday.
Seattle.
The plane with the families and staff actually left before the plane with the players. Mariners wouldn't provide details about the delays, scheduled to arrive in Toronto until 8 p.m. Eastern.
So they didn't even go to the yard yesterday. Interesting.
Team wasn't planning to have a regular workout on Saturday evening. Yeah. Quick turnaround, said Dan Wilson. Nice.
Just a little off day? Okay. Beautiful thing. The delay was probably for the best.
Let's see what else we had here. We had Eugenio's double off the top of the wall that just missed being a homer off your guy, Louis Varland. Homer in 15 out of 30 stadiums. Not the Rogers Center on this day.
That was an 8-pitch at bat. Nice at bat by him. He worked it. Got a pitch out over the plate he could handle. He hasn't really shown up. I mean,
no, and yeah, I don't know. We're developing postseason theories in lifetimes, just where the pitching is at in baseball now. That, yeah, I mean, Eugenio Suarez's approach feels really hard for some of these postseason pitchers. That to square any of them up is impossible. That, we got a couple comments last night that, all this commentary we give about contact hitting, that in the Brewers-Cubs game, it came down to 4 solo shots. And yeah, there's an acknowledgement and a tip of the hat. I would also tell you the first 2 homers in that game weren't like homer A swings. Like they were, Contreras and Suzuki were tight, get the barrel to it, compact. And this is what used to happen. Guys used to try to swing, hit the ball hard, and sometimes use hit homers. Now, like Eugenio Suarez is trying to hit a home run, and that's it. That I don't know. There's an evolving theory there. I don't know where to land the plane.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's not what really either of these teams do, or they shouldn't at least. Maybe a few guys. Gino, stay with your approach. What, he's going to switch his approach all of a sudden?
Yeah.
No, he's not going to do that. I feel like Cal has good at bats, but he also is trying to put balls in the seats.
Yeah, Seattle's funny. I mean, they got a lot of guys that swing and the batting helmet comes off. I mean, Naylor had one of the biggest swings I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but I don't consider him a guy that's swinging out of his shoes all the time. I think he picks his spots where he's going to take a hack, and then also like he'll like choke up and have some sort of a contact oriented swing.
I agree. I think Seattle is a mix of they get their A swings, and then depending the counter, the situation, they change their approach. Toronto is, the contact is clear, and again, I think today. If a couple balls fall and it leads to chaos and Miller has to go from the stretch, that's what's been working from them. Didn't have to happen for a lot of the game. He hands the ball after 6 innings to their good bullpen after a day or travel day of rest. And that's kind of all she wrote in this. What else needs to be talked about? I know you mentioned Lucas, who got hurt, but that is significant, man. He bats second in their lineup versus righties.
Yeah, great story with him too. But yeah, I mean, again, we talk about this Mariners team not having, really lefties to go to. Spire came in today, but he's kind of been shaky throughout the postseason. So you want to stack lefties against these guys, and he's been a big part of the lineup. So that's obviously a developing story. And I haven't heard anything, but like it looked like it hurt. He went out and he came back in. He played a little bit and then had to get taken out. So. That's usually a good sign that you can go back out there and have some effort there. That's nothing like crazy, but probably a pain tolerance thing, I would assume. And you know what, man? I think he's going to be able to tolerate the pain.
Yeah, interested to see like where the swelling, like it was his knee. So I don't know. That can very much affect how you move.
Yeah, back knee too, right?
It looked like the top of the kneecap. Yeah, man, it was it's crazy that it's probably coming off the bat at 100. Here it is. We have it on the YouTube.
Oh, front knee.
Yeah. This is the.
Oh.
So that hurts like a mother, and depending what it hit, I don't know. And who knows? Is that going to be better in 1 day? Does that get worse after 2 days? Like I don't know. Tough because he's been awesome for them. And we saw it the second at bat of the game. Springer homers, and then this guy's up there for what feels like 20 minutes. Part of that is he fouled it off his knee. But, yeah, that's definitely a storyline to watch going forward. Some other informative things about this. Gossman retired 16 in a row at one point. That ties into how this game felt so Blue Jays for a little bit until the script got flipped. Springer's the oldest player to hit a leadoff homer in the CS. How do you like that? And then I think I saw one more. I guess just Jorge Polanco and how crazy that is. And the Mariners pitching, I mean, we've technically said it with everything we've done. They only allowed 2 hits after allowing a hit on the first hit. So just an insane pitching. And that's, Basic Jake came out when we were previewing this, that this is a little bit pitching versus hitting, and that's way too zoomed out, but tonight the pitching clearly won for Seattle.
Yep. We got Logan Gilbert. Dalton said it will be pitching for the Mariners tomorrow against Savage. So a nice little pitching matchup there as well. And maybe this will come down and we won't see a ton of offense in this series.
Yeah, I just don't know, man. A lot of the guys coming out of the bullpen for both teams have electric stuff that maybe it's just going to have to be later in the series. Second look at a starter, second or third look at a reliever. And I don't know. I'm waiting. Has Eno Saris done the splitter as the new sexy pitch article? Because everyone throws a nasty splitter. And like tomorrow, Savage and Gilbert. Yeah.
I think he did actually at the beginning of the year talked about the splitter being back. Splitter and the sinker and, I think the new thing in pitching is everyone has 4 fastballs: cutter, 4-seamer, sinker, and then some other weird one they made up on their own.
Dude, absolute comedy. October 10th, 2 days ago, Eno Saris identifying what makes Blue Jays starter Trey Savage's splitter so savage. So, again, that's not...
He's on it.
That's not every pitcher in this series, but if you're looking to get your education up, go read that from Eno. Anything else you're looking for, or individual player? I know this isn't how baseball works, and this starts to get Chris Rosy, and we don't like that. That's rude. It's just tough to answer. It's tough to answer.
If Lucas goes on the IL, do we got any Blue Jays fans in the chat? Who would be the guy?
I think Joey Loperfido.
Yeah, Loperfido's a guy they were talking about possibly making. Did he not make the roster?
Yeah, he's listed as inactive, where Ty France and Bo Bichette are listed as hurt. That I would think that would be the move. I guess you wonder.
Wait, is he not on the actual roster yet?
Correct.
Okay. He probably will be the guy.
So you'd think if he can't go, and then like what stages of go does he have? Because Springer's listed as the DH, but he can. So I don't know. Like if he can DH, that's going to be the interesting storyline to watch with them. And then how do the juices of baseball get going for Seattle? Like, does Cal Raleigh become the bad man in this series if he turns on another one tomorrow? If Logan Gilbert goes 6 shut, do the Blue Jay at bats start feeling tight? Because they're a lot of baseball teams. The mission is to go get one of the first 2 games. They got game 1 that they're living a little loose and free right now.
Yeah.
Same with JP Crawford's music. Is that what you were saying?
It might still be on his Instagram. He was like singing, like literally with the mic, and this band was playing behind him. I thought it was like a victory party. I was like, that's pretty cool. Like that was fun. Maybe that was a couple nights ago. I don't know.
So I shouldn't go to JP Crawford's Insta right now?
Yeah, you should. You should always go to JP Crawford's Instagram. Yeah.
Good follows for JP Crawford. All right. Hey, 1 game and 1 game tomorrow. Unless you got anything else, Coach, I think it's time to tell the people we love them.
I do love all the people. You know what? Let me give one quick shout out. First base umpire for my youth team today. He goes, "Hey, man, I can't believe last game I didn't recognize you. We watch you all the time." And he said something about you. He goes, "Your friend Jake, his reaction to the last play in the Phillies-Dodgers game, that was perfect." And I was like, "Fuck Jake." He's like, "Yeah, you're right. Fuck Jake."
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. even the nice first base ump.
He didn't say that.
Our
but
hits,
we both thought it.
Our Q rating with umps and
Jake sucks.
Stadium employees, I think, is pretty high.
It's high.
If you're working a baseball gig, know that we love you, because that's how it gets done. Grounds crew.
Oh, we're huge with grounds crew.
We got to put in a grounds crew day. That'll be a Talkin' Baseball side video one day.
I dragged the field today. I am a grounds crew guy.
Son of a